Well, hello and welcome people of the internet to another adventure. My name is Ganyonz and today we're returning to Gladiator Guild Manager. So today, what is the name of the game? Today, the name of the game is Optimization. So I've actually been sitting here for like pretty close to 2 hours now trying to figure out how best to optimize my units. Because I'm going to be honest, we got a little bit spanked in that last monthly challenge. So I figured it all out. I've figured out what our skill caps need to be, how many points we need to put into all our stats. I went and bought the, where is it? This one right here, the Altar of Respec. So we're going to be respecing a little bit. Some of our units we're going to be losing because, to be honest, I am a little bit too spread out, I think. Some of these units, so basically like these 3 units are not really being used that much. They're going to just fall off, so I would rather use their coins or the money in selling them somewhere else. Although, before I do that, I'm going to take that off them, because I do want to make sure we have that. So basically, our primary units, well, once they heal up, I do think it's a little bit annoying that I can't move these guys around if they're dead. So let me go ahead and play this first. Right, we got the item market upgrade. So once they can all re-heal. Oh, am I not going to be able to do this? Hang on. I got to see if people will revive before I can do it. Okay, that's as long as I can wait. Oh, right, this one. Do I have enough units? This might be a little tough. I think I should be fine. Oh, let's see, this one's going to be a little rough. I need to get Ayana back. I need maybe the Shaman back. I need... Okay, let's do this. Got 2 mana crystals to revive for that, though. Is that worth it? Yeah, let's go ahead and revive these real quick. And then we'll go ahead and jump in here. Help out our girl. Yeah, so I figured that out. So, thing that we need a lot of coin. We're going to need a lot of coin for this because it costs 180 gold to respec your characters. And so what I'm going to be doing is primarily focusing on these 6 and these 2. Rhino and Cleric were doing really good last time. Cleric can definitely be optimized. He is very unoptimized right now. Obviously, he's missing a level 2 trait, but his stats are kind of all over the place. The archers as well. I have them built very poorly, especially consider I did not consider that there is a minimum range on this. So I figured, hey, we'll give them some movement speed, which will work well with this, give them more agility, and they'll be able to get out of range of enemies and, you know, shoot them while running away. Well, if the enemies are just as fast, they keep up with you and you can't shoot, so it's just a total waste. So we're going to be respecking out of that a little bit more for damage and just optimizing like cooldowns and stuff like that. We'll go ahead and get our Shaman here. And the Shaman, I'm going to be honest, someone can probably... Let's see. Let's get you down here. You're going to be prioritizing this unit. Ayana, I need you very kindly, please snipe that unit. Now, how close are we? Are we within 2? We're not, so let's go ahead and do that. We'll go ahead and do that. Make sure you're 2 spaces away. We can also prioritize the cleric's range, so that way I don't have to go so hard into movement points. And then Shaman, we're going to put you as far back as possible, so that way you don't take any hits. And then, now unfortunately, this guy's going to come running at you. I know that for a fact. Well, it kind of is what it is right now, I think. Okay, let's go. Fight it out. Unless, yeah, see, the cleric's going, I mean, he's way too speedy boy. Way too speedy boy. That's okay. Selena's don't... Wait, did she die? Ah, man, we lost Ayana. Okay, well, that's a bummer. Okay, that's fine, though. We at least get this done. We'll get a little coin.
It makes me look weak and unable to protect my own people.
So, let's also pick up probably some wood. We got plenty of iron. Let's go wood, and then we're going to need... don't need the Fine Mage robe. Let's grab the other bow. That'll help out Selena. Selena's kind of missing that. Okay, and we can give that to you right now. So, Okay, I think we're going to swap it out for this item. Yeah, we still have plenty of stamina. Start with 50% less stamina, but a massive agility boost. That's fine for now. For now, we're going to be swapping a lot of this, remember? Let's go ahead and get this shaman all healed up. Let's go ahead and play. There we go. Now we can go ahead and level up the cleric, although, you know, right now, not really a big deal to do so. Might as well just for right now. That'll make sense later. Let's go ahead and go in here. Go for a little 2v2. Oh, melee units. Fantastic. We love some... Wait, is this reasonable? Or do I want to get the shaman in here? You have less health. The shaman is actually a little bit more optimal. What was the other I was going to go for? Hold up here. Practical Learner and Ascending Summoner. Okay, so let's do that real quickly. Oh, no. I don't want to do this yet. Yeah, so this is going to be... Trait Blueprints is going to be a real bind today. Let's do that, maybe? Yeah, once we get down a healing totem, it'll be fine. So actually, you know what? I think I might need the stronger totem rather than the more totems. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. Okay, yeah, that's no bueno. That's no bueno. Forgot about that. Didn't that happen at the end of yesterday, too? Didn't really learn from that one, huh? Well, at least the healing totem's kind of... Well, I was going to say... Okay, that one died. Now it's a 1v1 with the healing totem, so we should be fine here. This Rhino should be more than enough. Yeah, the knockdown is really unfortunate there. Really kind of makes the fight a lot tougher. Okay, Rhino, get in there. Punch him. Punch him, my dude. There we go. Okay, so nice little win there. We definitely need stone. Just spent a lot to get the respec, and of course we get the coins, which is super nice. We're also going to need to start looking at getting the, upgrading the reviving temple. We're still reviving pretty slowly. So maybe, well, we're going to need a lot of coin. Oh boy. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of coin today. And again, we're going to need a lot of trait blueprints too. So we're going to be doing a lot of quests. Okay, let's progress a little bit further here. We're going to have a new item market in a second. There we go. And then we'll wait for the discount, of course. Sweet. Revenge of the Genius Spellcaster. Well, let's go ahead in the market first, see if there's anything good. Increases health by a crazy amount. Okay. Enchanted Necklace is actually something we're probably going to want. Steel Spear is definitely something we're going to want. Okay. Let's see here. Do I want this? Book of Force. Half a second after the battle starts, heavily pushes and knocks down enemies in an area of 2 for 1.5 seconds, but damages the gladiator or anything. Not super necessary there. That is pretty bad. Okay, so we got some items that, let's see. So let's go ahead and sell off some of our items here. At this point, I think that item, yeah, this one has fallen off. It's better than this, 14.7, but it gives more stamina. Yeah, that's more worth it here. Okay, so we can definitely sell these. These are pretty bad. The Iron Spear, I think for now is fine. Leather Hat. I think it's just worth the coin. We just took that off. That's been outscaled. That's been outscaled. This has been outscaled. Every time this gladiator gets damaged, the item gives 2% of damage to strength. We're going to hold on to that for a little bit. Why can't I stack these carrots? We're just going to get rid of them. They're not that great. Just kind of open up our inventory a little bit. These I think I'm going to sell as well. I never really use these, although I probably should. Immune to knockdown. Okay, that I will hold. Like, that would have been good in that last fight. That's fine. That's fine. Okay, and I would probably end up keeping that. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So on the Rhino, what do we have? We have increased strength, health by 1520. I'm not sure about that item right now. And this one is okay, but I think we can do better. Yeah, so I think we definitely want the spear. Wait, 5... Oh, and movement speed, but I don't really care about the movement speed. And this is just giving 12 for... Yeah. We definitely want to take this. Because the Rangers actually need a lot of stamina. And then at this point, I don't think I actually need to spend the gold on the heavy shield. I think this boy is chunky enough. We'll just go ahead and throw this stuff back on him. I think I might actually put this here, though. 15% of their maximum health. I mean, that's such a big chunk of damage. I think that's better. We're good on healing. I don't need the shield there. Okay, so that is going to go here. Sweet. Okay, so I think I'm good on the items now. Let's go ahead and wait for Ayana. Oh, there's urgent red. Okay, so let's do it right now.
That bomb boy whose family we slaughtered and then kidnapped and brought to the Church of the Undead.
We did that.
We did.
Oh.
Well, he's here for revenge. Although, I have managed to bargain with him. For a hefty amount of gold, he'll leave us be and travel far away to start a new life.
1,500 gold? Like hell. We're fighting him. Yeah. So we're fighting. Yeah. So we got a lot of berserkers here. So this is perfect. No knockdown. So we have Selena. Actually, Selena, you come up here. You target this chick. You fight her, and then you're going to... You're a necromancer, so you're going to keep bringing stuff back. Yeah, then you go ahead and target this boy. Target him next. Okay, so I'm definitely bringing the Dark Mage here just to get a big attack off here. And I have 3 more, so we can get the Shaman in. Fortunately, we can't get 2 Shamans in. That would be super helpful. We'll bring our Cryo Mage as well. And then we might as well get another physical unit, although he's not really suited up right now. So I'm going to give him this just to make him a little bit stronger. And we might as well... Let's see, who are you going to snipe? Are you going to snipe him? I'm going to put this on you just in case she decides to snipe you. Range enemies? No. You, I think I would rather you be fighting physical enemies. You, same thing. Take out the fighters. And you, I want you supporting allies mostly. Okay. So, let's get this done. This shouldn't be that bad. These enemies aren't that tough. Let's go. Sniper? Okay, yeah, figured he was going to go down quick. He's pretty low. Getting the freeze is super nice. At this point it's pretty straightforward. Yeah, we lost a Berserker. That makes sense. We lost our Cleric. That's a little tough, but at least the level 32 enemy is dead. And at this point, it's pretty easy to take out the rest. Very good. Very good. So yeah, who did we lose? We lost Berserker. We did lose our Cleric. Okay, overall, not too bad. Not too bad.
He's been dealt with. Also, we found some gold on them.
Oh, that is huge. Oh, that is what we needed. Okay. So now because we have that, what I'm going to do, I'm going to buy, what, 35? I'm going to buy 35 stone. Yeah, that is a lot of stone. But I need to be reviving a little bit more. It's still just a little bit too slow. Okay, let's get them all back. And now that I have a lot of gold here... Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do... Gladiator market update. Okay, let's just wait for that. Let's just see if there's anything really interesting here. There is a level 8 cleric, but I don't really care because we're going to be resetting him in a second anyway. Okay, nope, nothing really here. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. We're going to start with the archers. So what I want to do, I'm going to take off all these first. I don't think it's going to matter, but we'll just make sure here. So we're going to reset stats, 180 gold. So what do we want to do here? So let's talk a little bit about optimization and how we want to go about doing so, what we want to be looking at. Some of you guys may, definitely already know what's going on, and this might be a little bit basic for you, or you might have already done it yourself. But for those of you guys who haven't, we're going to try and make these characters all the best they can possibly be. So first we have to figure out what our bottlenecks are, and of course what stats we of course want. So our shoot arrow, our accuracy obviously scales off agility. Her damage scales off of both. Now both strength and agility are actually equivalent. So we got to look around here, right? The only other thing that scales off agility right now is execution time. Now, likely, once we get this up to 100, this will already be at the minimum. I haven't actually done the math on that one, but I think that'll be the case. And for dodge, she does scale off agility a little bit. So there's only really two things we care about scaling with agility, right? Like, we do scale off agility in terms of damage, and with dodge. So we are going to be getting as much agility as we want. So really, we don't have to focus on strength, right? Because it's equivalent. Don't really have to do any of that. We do want a small amount of intelligence. We want to cap off the cooldown of shoot arrow, right? So we need to get to a minimum of 0.1. Basically, to get there, it's only going to take a couple points. It's not too hard to get that cooldown. However, to cap out the cooldown of dodge, right, we could get this cooldown down to 0.25. That would take 24 intelligence, which might actually be worth it, but I don't think that she's actually taking that many attacks, so I'm not going to go full in just yet. So in order to get this down to about a second, we only got to get her up to, I think it's like 12. Yeah, 12 is going to get us about to a second. If you wanted, you could go a little bit more, but I'm going to do that just for now. We are not going movement speed here. She is totally fine with that. We are going like super heavy. Basically, what I want these archers to do is to get off one massive attack at the start to take out either that backline archer, the backline casters, just get them dead as fast as possible, and then we can start focusing on the front line. So because of that, I want her cooldown a little bit, but not too much. So we're not going into movement speed either. Basically at this point, we can go a little bit into health. We can go a little bit. Well, actually, wait, this brought it all the way down to 20. Yeah, we're going to go up. So we're going to go up to, about that. Now stamina, these archers do use a lot of stamina. So I'm going to bring her up right now to, I think 270 is where she was at. I'm going to crank up her agility here, maybe until we're about, I don't know, at like 10 or so, and see where we're at here. So we're not at full accuracy yet. We're going to go ahead and just crank that. Actually, I totally just realized what I should do now. Let's go ahead and put these on. Because, yeah, so now that we're at 100, so I should have done that first, because now that we're at 100%, we're basically always going to be good enough here. Now, it doesn't hurt to go over, right? Because we can scale damage off of that as well. It's just a matter of, do we want to put a little bit more into our dodge cooldown? Do we want to put a little bit more into health, a little bit more into stamina? Because, remember, we have a cooldown and execution time very, very short. Less than a second for the entire rotation, but it does cost 50 stamina. So she's going to be firing off quick. And if you don't know, stamina recharge is 5% per second of your maximum stamina. So we're just shy above 500, right? So 10% of 500 is 50. Half that is 5% is 25. So we're getting back 25 stamina per second, which means that every second we're spending 50, but only getting back 25. So we are in the negative on stamina. So, we could go a little bit more. It would prevent us from completely draining our stamina a little bit later. But for now, I think, just so that way she can take on, again, we're kind of taking on, I think I'm just going to go heavier into damage. Because again, I want this to be just like a super big bomb build. And to do that, this is where we're going to get kind of stuck here, unfortunately. What we're going to do with traits, so we're sticking with introvert, because again, 45% agility is huge, and we're going to keep them kind of, her and Selena, out on the outsides, on the outskirts, away from everyone, so they're going to get massive agility bonuses. However, I'm going to be taking out fast and powerful, because again, we lost all that movement speed, so we're taking this out. Fortunately, we don't get refunds, which really sucks. Instead, we are going to go with Wild Heart. And this is what I was saying. It only increases the damage of the first attack. So again, she has 100% accuracy. So she's going to hit her shot. And her first hit is massive, right? She was, I think we're already scaling to, it's like 450 damage or something like that. It's going to be double. Then we can increase it just really, really big, right? Then once we get up to level 3, anytime she kills an enemy, it's going to reset the effect. So if we can get a big hit off, kill like a squishy archer in the back, it's going to reset. The next enemy she fights is going to get a massive hit too. So we love this. Now I'm not going to level this up just yet because we have a couple other units that we need to reteach traits, and it's going to take these blueprints. So we're going to leave that there. So we're pretty good here. So now I need to go ahead and do Selena. So we're going to reset her too. Now she's a little bit different, right? Because of course all our items here are going to matter a little bit. So we can kind of do this for right now. So what did we set these to? 116, 12. So let's go ahead and do that. So let's get this to 12. Let's get this up to 106. Oh, but she's also lower level, so we got to take that into consideration as well. So 1140. And then 5. Well, she also has, yeah, she has these boots, so we don't need to get her as high. So I'm going to bring up to 420. And then the rest we'll just dump into agility. Boop. There we go. We can suit her back up. And she's also getting a little bit of movement speed here. We're going to go ahead and swap this over. Get her on the wild heart as well. So now we got 2 absolute bomb units. Super sweet. And there we go. Our archers are done. We have time. We can do one more. So I'm going to go ahead and do the shaman. Now the shaman... so actually we're not going to be able to do the shaman because I need to swap both of these. So maybe I hold off on him. So let's do this shaman instead. He is a little bit lower level, but that's fine. That's not a big deal. Shaman took me a long time to figure out. He was definitely the hardest one to figure out because... Hold up. Let me. What is changing this? I think stamina costs might go up with level ups. Because we just got to level up. Okay. So another thing to consider that now I've just learned, stamina cost goes up with level ups. So you will over time have to increase your stamina. This can't be a flat value. Eventually you will run out. So any calculations I've done for stamina, unfortunately, aren't going to be set in stone here. But the reason why shamans are so tough, so you need just enough agility to cap execution time and cooldown timers for your totems. Now, these are basically the same. The only difference is that the healing totem has a little bit higher base execution time of an additional 0.1. Overall, it doesn't really change the calculations too much. Cooldown, though. You don't need as much as you think. I mean, you do need quite a bit of agility. You need 38 agility in order to cap these out. Once you get 38, you don't have to go anymore. So we're going to go ahead and do that, I believe. Again, I haven't been able to sit down and check out all these points. So you get to 38. How many points are we sinking into it? Well, I guess we'll see. Worst case scenario, we're just at 180 gold. So let's go to 38, which is a lot, right? So we're at 38. We're now at our minimum amount on cooldown. We are at our minimum amount on execution time on both. Okay, so sweet. I do not care about these two. Honestly, as long as my shaman gets off totems, ideally, what I'm shooting for is 2 sets of each totem. Now, in order to do that, so basically, the reason this was hard to figure out, right? Totems are expensive. They cost a lot of stamina. So for your... In order, I did a lot of math here that I'm going to try and break down here, and hopefully I did it right. So, the first thing we're going to try... We're also going to try and keep our intelligence in groups of 10, right? Because the totems scale off of intelligence, and they only go up levels every 10. Otherwise, we don't really care about our intelligence at all. Nothing else really scales. Nothing at all scales off intelligence, right? So the only thing we care about is that it's as close to a multiple, that's the word I'm going for, multiple of 10 as possible. So if it's a difference of leveling up your intelligence by 2 from like 120 to 122 or extra points of stamina, I would just go the extra points of stamina and then save it for the next level. So the reason why the math was tough is because you got to think of your loops, how your shaman is going to be doing these things, right? So he starts casting as soon as the battle starts, 0.6 seconds. It's got a cooldown of 6 seconds. But what's going to happen is first you're going to cast this. It's going to start the cooldown. You swap over here. This is 0.6 seconds. So now you have a total of 1.2 seconds, right? And then I can already tell I did this math wrong. Okay, so my numbers are definitely going to be off. But basically, what I'm trying to do is when you cast these two back to back, you're using up, well, let's use this other one because these are cleaner numbers. 300 stamina. If you use these back to back in the first, if you get these down to 0.6 seconds, that's the first 1.2 seconds you use 300 stamina, which on this build is almost all of his stamina. Now, remember, we only recover 5% of our stamina per second. So are we going to recover 150 stamina before 6 seconds, right? Because we're going to be, let's go back to this build. We cast this 0.6 seconds. As soon as the 0.6 seconds starts, boom, then we have 6 seconds, right? So we have 6 seconds to recover these stamina costs. And remember, he's a level higher, so his are a little bit higher. So we can go up this number because it's a little bit cleaner. So how much stamina would you need to keep up with that? Well, you would need a lot. You'd need, what is it? You need 857 stamina in order to keep up with the need of 300 stamina. But again, those are incorrect numbers because I realized I did the math wrong. So, that being the case, what I tried to do instead was figure out a number where you could basically get 2 sets of totems and then you would start falling behind on stamina. Because with 2 sets of totems, you should be pretty good. So where did I end up with? That is a good question. I ended up with about 500 stamina points. Now that is a lot. However, we do have some stamina boosting equipment here. So let's go ahead and throw that on. So that's going to be good to know. So we're already starting with a pretty decent amount. So I'm going to start just getting us to 400 because I obviously he needs some health, although not too much. I'm only going to keep him. I'm going to keep him pretty low because, you know, he's in the back line. He's not taking too many hits. And even if he is, he's got a health totem right with him. We also have the cleric. So it's not overall the worst thing in the world. Other than that, again, we want to keep our intelligence up around multiples of 10, but we're also getting some intelligence here. And we have nothing in it. So I'm literally just going to crank this the rest of the way. Right now, at some point, obviously, we're going to want some percentage boosts. And that's what we're going to get down here. So down here for traits, we are going to go practical learner first. So I'm going to be resetting this one because, you know, we end up having these big chunks of gold and losing out a lot. So we're going to take this one off and we're going to go with not feeling at home. I'm looking for practical learner, which is where? Right here, practical learner. So a viewer pointed out to me that I was calculating this wrong. And as soon as they pointed it out, I realized, yeah, I was definitely calculating this wrong. So what I misunderstood about this, so let's read it first. Intelligence is reduced by 20%, but after each battle they participate in, it increases by 5%. Max bonus 25%. So the way that I understood this was the max bonus of 25% meant that your intelligence is first reduced by 20%. Then any percentage you get from that 5% would add up to 25%, meaning that you would get 25% from the total you were reduced to. So let's say in terms of percentages, right? You're at 100% of your intelligence. You reduce 20%, so now you're at 80. After every battle, you go 5%. So I figured you would go to 85, 90, 95, 100, 105. Right? 5 times 5 is 25. That's your max bonus. Well, in total, you only went up 5%. But what it actually is very likely, and this makes a lot more sense, that it's the max bonus from your starting intelligence. So instead, you're at 100, the max bonus would be up to 125, right? So you go down to 80, and then for each battle, you're going to go up 5% until you reach 125%. So I think that's overall better. Plus later on, we're going to have... Oh, we're on anti-capitals right now. So where was this practical? Yeah, so eventually we will be getting more, and we can get a bigger bonus. So that makes way more sense. So let's go ahead. We need to remove this. And we're going to get the practical learner. Take that. And then I don't believe we're going to have enough. Yeah, I'm not going to have enough to do another one. But we're going to be doing Ascending Summoner. Obviously, because we're looking to do 4 total totems, obviously we'd like to do more, but that's kind of like what I hope the cycle is like. And every time they do that, they're going to get an additional 20% intelligence up to a max of 60%. And because we're reducing cooldowns, hopefully we'll get off totems faster, and then the later totems will be stronger. So that's kind of like what we're looking to do here. We're not looking to do any strength because I do not care about the scaling on this at all. It already gets buffed a ton in heavy weather or in rain. So yeah, we already have that. It's kind of already a nice thing. Yeah, so really for the shaman, we're looking for intelligence and stamina items. That would be most ideal. And yeah, at this point, we need some more trait blueprints, so I'm not going to reset anyone just yet. So let's go ahead and we can start. Actually, we should wait for our cleric to come back. That would probably be ideal. And we'll just wait. Actually, this is Crimson Mist, so that doesn't help anyone. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll do the troll toll.
Has blocked the bridge for the past few days.
Oh my goodness.
Unless we pay his toll. And each day we must pay again. So as folk did the figures, and we decided to be better to pay you to put him down for good.
Yeah, I mean, we can get a lot of stuff here. I'm not really concerned about this, because the thing is, too, I'm gonna freeze the crap out of him, right? So we're for a troll fight. Sure, let's take him on. Ooh, only 4 units, though. How much damage are you doing? Yikes, you do hit for a lot. This is scary. The AoE damage is a little bit scary. Okay, but that's fine. We're gonna have you right up front. Let's get rid of this here. I just want to see your kit again. Set them on fire. You increase your strength. Yeah, that's fine. We're gonna put Selene in the back. We're gonna put Ayana in the back, and then we have our shaman. Although we did just kind of set set this one up. So let's go ahead and swap the items over from our level 8 over to here. We want to just get the most intelligence off. Stamina up. Okay, we don't need this. Is that going to change our cooldowns? No, we're still good on agility. Let's go there. And we're good on stamina. Oh, we're just underneath. Ooh. Okay, we can drop that a little bit. There we go. Now we're at a multiple of 10. Sweet. You guys are going to take him out, and we're going to get some big damage off. Now the question is, can you keep our rhino alive? I am definitely hoping so. Okay. We'll go for it. Here we go. Keep him alive. I mean, that's some big damage. You're burning. Oh, yeah. We're good. Easy. Easy money. Yeah, see, now he's summoning more, but he's kind of stuck now, right? So we got those totems up pretty fast. Doesn't look like he was lacking stamina, though. So that's kind of nice.
You down the fiend. We're able to go about our business again.
Sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and take stone. We're going to need to upgrade some stuff. And then I guess we take Book of Force as well. Go ahead and do Sweet Revenge.
You to take care of a very dangerous criminal living in Irontown.
He's level 9? Fine. Let's take him out. It's a 1v1. Would be the best to 1v1. I don't really have a good 1v1er. I mean, I could just send the Rhino in. Thing is, I don't think the cleric restores himself. I could just set up... honestly, I might as well just set up totems. Let's just set up totems. I mean, that should be more than enough. We just burn them, and then we just run around as we... Yeah. It's easy. Oh, he's charging. He's charging. Well, don't go at him, you dingus. You need to set up your totems. Actually, this one will heal you. This one will attack. This guy's stupid. Let's just speed it up. Oh, yeah. See, so this is why his shaman should not be attacking. So he's out of stamina right now. Literally, right now, this is just going to be a... Okay, well, totem died, and now we lose. Yeah, because you dickhead, you kept punching. You need to run away and do the freaking totems.
The bastard will not get away with this.
Well, that sucks because my freaking shaman's a moron. Ugh. Okay. Okay. We got some new arena stuff, so let's go ahead and swap our items over again. I wish there was kind of an easier way to swap items between characters, but unfortunately this is where we're at. Let's go ahead, suit up. Create new. 10v10, huh? I do not have a squad of 10 that is good enough to fight. So, and 1v3 sounds terrifying. That's one we lost last time. So let's go ahead and do 2v2. Actually, you know what? I'm going to play it safe. Let's do this. Shamans have been doing me dirty. The shamans have been doing me dirty for a little bit. So hopefully we can take out these guys here. Hey, cleric, you wanna do something here? You wanna do some punch? Speed this up. This is just a brutal punching match that's gonna take forever. They're just gonna punch and block and punch, and the cleric, yeah, I think we might have lost here because the cleric didn't heal himself like a dork. Okay, can we take out the berserker here? Okay, we might actually be good here. Yeah, because the Rhino's just going to keep healing himself. And the Knight is just too basic. He's not going to be able to make it through. Sick. Way to go, Rhino. Way to go, Rhino. Do I have a healing item on the Rhino? I didn't realize that. If I do. Or do you just heal yourself? Why were you healing? That's a good question. I'm not sure what you were healing from. Interesting. Very interesting. I mean, you absorbed it. Wait, does this... All text. There's no way that this means you absorb it in terms of healing, right? I don't know. I'm sure there's something. There's a whole bunch of stuff that, you know, I've just been like completely missing and writing off because I didn't read it. Okay. Sweet revenge.
I need you to take care of a very
Oh, it's this one again.
living in Iron Town.
Yeah. No, we'll take him down this time for sure. So that being the case, I mean, let's just sick Rhino on him. Boom, increase your strength by a ton. Go for it. Beat him up. I mean, you set him on fire. Now just keep beating him up. You absorb damage, right? Or does that just mean that you're... Okay, let's crank this speed up. Interesting. So you're not healing this time. And you're literally just slowly dying. Okay. Oh, wait. Hold up. Hold the phone. Don't call it a comeback. Rhino, coming in for the win, buddy. Way to go. Okay. I don't know how you pulled that one off. You were so far behind.
With my enemies.
Let's go ahead and get some more stone. Gonna need that to build up some more guild resources. So we can level you up, although it doesn't really matter for right now because we're going to be resetting you anyway. Go ahead and give you that. Selena here. Selena, we are doing, what, just straight agility? Yeah, you get just straight agility. Of course, that increases your base damage. You don't really care about, because to be honest with you, these three, you're being sold. You're being sold off. I'm not sure what else we're going to end up buying here. Ultimately, what... Uh-oh.
Did you just kill my troll?
Oh, shit.
Gave you permission to kill my bridge troll, huh? He was assigned to that bridge as a tax collector, and a good one, too.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
Bridges need maintenance.
We've been
and
tricked.
Someone has to pay for that. Getting peasants
We've been
to pay was a
bamboozled.
constant struggle until I found that troll to handle the affair.
I will pay with my time. I will pay with my time. In your chambers? Wink. Peasants hired us to kill him. Too bad we ran into him and he didn't look too friendly. Peasants hired us to kill him.
Damnation! I should let the blighted bridge fall apart, then watch with glee as they have to paddle across the river with shoddy rafts.
That's right. Go after him, Queen of Fire. I propose you get another troll.
Will you catch one for me? I see your gladiators were very efficient at putting them down.
Of course, my lady. Sure. Let me know if you find another one. I will help you with whatever it takes. Undead from Iron Mountain. All right, let's play this forward a little bit. Gotta wait for our guys to re-heal here. We're getting some discounted gladiators, so it might benefit us a little bit. Oh, yep, we just had to pay our dues. Okay, is there anyone here I want to buy? Pyromancer, I'm not really worried about. I am interested in looking at picking up some invigorators, although I haven't looked into them how to build them just yet. Ultimately, I am looking for like frontline like melee character, which I haven't really found a great one yet. The assassins are kind of fine. They might be really good. But I'm just looking for like a brutalizer in the front. Okay, got another ring. Let's go ahead and do a 3v3. Totally fine. Oh, what do we want to do here? We should be able to get a clean kill off on her. So let's go ahead and put Iona down first. Go ahead and prioritize her. Boop. Yeah, you should be able to one-shot her, no? Pretty much. And then let's get our tanky boy down, and then we'll put our shaman in the back. Let's go for it. Yep, Taunt. Oh, she's super dead. Now, of course, you are not reacting to the taunt. I would appreciate it if you did. There we go. Easy. Got big kills, big damage. Nice. So you saw the little glowing ring around her. That was the... Oh, wait. No, never mind. I was going to say it was the trigger from her Wild Heart, but that doesn't come to level 2. So never mind. I don't know what that was. All right. We'll collect our stuff, get our money. Get those. Nice. She leveled up. We can go ahead and pop a bunch into her agility. Sweet. So we have the championship coming up. Okay, so we need to prep a little bit, I think. What do we want to do here to prep? We have more, so I can go ahead and swap over a shaman. I think I'm actually going to swap over the cleric before I swap over the shaman, because this guy is pretty much built. He's just a little bit lower in terms of levels. Well, I can swap over your stats. Really, though, it's the talents that are an issue. Oh, wait. So this is why the Rhino was healing over time, but he was getting the heal even after he was dead. Huh. Weird. Not sure about that one. Okay, so let's fix up the cleric next. So let's go ahead and reset his stats. So, looking at the cleric, what do we need from him? There are a couple stats that we can hit maxes on, or hit caps on, pretty easily. This just increased our strength. Oh, got it. That's why we're so high. Okay, so we're going to have to take that into consideration. Okay, that's actually totally fine then. So, one of the things that we want to cap, and this is a pretty big one, is we want to cap the area of the heal. He's going to cast a heal to friendly gladiators around him in the area. So if we can increase the area to 4, he could potentially heal units that are like really far in the back. Ultimately, making it so that he doesn't have to run around as much, hopefully. So in order to do that, let's see, just finding my notes here. So in order to do that, we need to get to 45 strength, and that will max out this cap. So we should be able to get there, no problem. There we go, max of 4. In order to minimize the cooldown and execution time, because this is, let's be honest, this is the only skill we really care about. He, of course, has a melee attack and a shield block. This scales off intelligence, which we'll get to later. The attack, I do not really care about. Obviously, we get a little bit of damage coming because we're scaling off strength here. This is going to scale off agility and intelligence, but really, this is what we want him for, at least for right now. I'm assuming later on we'll get better healers, but for right now, he's kind of the best healer we got, so we'll stick with him. To minimize the cooldown, to cast this as many times as possible, both of these scale off agility. In order to cap those, we would need to get to 38 agility. So that's going to be, what, 19 of our points? That is kind of a lot. So maybe we don't go all the way to 38. Let's just go to, like, I don't know, 30 right now, maybe. So that gets us down to a cooldown of 2. We can still obviously go down even farther, but our execution time is the minimum. So I am okay right now with cooldown of 2. That's pretty good. We'll maybe eventually max this out to 1.5, but we don't need to do that just yet. We don't need to do movement speed. We don't really need you running around the battlefield that much. Just stay up in the front line. Keep our tank healthy. He's going to taunt, enemies down to us anyway. And hopefully the rangers and shamans are far enough away. Hopefully the shaman can really carry healing these back lines. I just want to get some, like, AoE heals, really. And hopefully the range can touch upon the ranged units. We want to give him a little bit of health. We do want to increase his bulk a little bit, right? He is in the front line, so we got to make sure he is a little bit healthy. So we'll start him there. We, of course, are going to need to increase his stamina a little bit, so we'll give him a couple points there. And then the rest can basically go into intelligence. This is going to increase just his base heal. So obviously right now we are a little bit low. We're a little bit shy on intelligence points because we went and maxed these out. But every 2 seconds, he's healing for 350 plus, we do have this Book of Holy Light that is really helping us. We can probably find a better robe for him. Like we could do, let's see, like this one's probably a little bit better. The belt is a little bit better, not much though. This would give us more agility, which would decrease that, so that actually might be better. It's a little bit more intelligence as well. But we lose a lot of stamina, so I'm actually going to do that. And remember, we do have the steel dagger on him, which is helping him out right now with that. We're taking off the faster wits. What are we going for? So we're going for the one right now that we can get is... Where is it? Revitalizing Echo, I believe. 10% of the damage this gladiator receives will restore stamina to all friendly gladiators. Yeah. So we're going with this. Now, he's not really like our most tanky unit, but he is kind of like our kind of overall frontline support. He probably will die quite often, so we're going to have to try and keep him healthy. But he can help out our other units while he is alive. Honestly, that may be better. Maybe better on a Rhino. What was the other one I was thinking of? Was this one? We could also do Vitality Echoes, but we've noticed in a couple of fights we're getting kind of low on stamina. So I'm going to give him Vitality, Revitalizing Echo, just so we can help out with stamina recovery a little bit. And that'll, of course, help us do more abilities, especially since we're trying to focus on reducing the cooldown of some of what we have. And we can take this off. For right now, it might actually be fine. Although, I think we're going with Feeling at Home. And we need to get that going as soon as possible. So, should probably actually take this off since we can afford it. And just start this going now. Alright, so we got that going. Am I doing anything here? These are staying the same on Rhino. So what else am I doing? Just taking a look here. So Rhino is kind of already set. I don't really have to do much. So I'm still staying with Feeling at Home, still staying with Colossal. The things that I could have done a little bit differently. So maybe default value. Yeah, I have a couple points here in movement. Okay, I'm just going to reset these because it's only 180 gold. So what can we do here? Basically, I want let's see, what did I write down here? Just enough agility and int to max cooldown and execution time on Roar, because Roar is really the thing we care about. Well, kind of. We also care about Rhino Skin, but we'll talk about Rhino Skin later. And his attack is fine. It's whatever. It's really these two that I care about. So execution time, we can get this down to 0.5, which shouldn't take that many points. It's going to take a little bit, actually. Okay, maybe I'm not going to do that. That's a lot of agility. Okay, I didn't realize it was that much agility. That's a lot of points I just put into agility that I don't want there anymore. Don't look. Don't look, chat. Okay. Cooldown is a little bit more important, though. Is that better on scaling? Oh, that's way better on scaling. Okay. So, yeah, this is going to go down way faster. So we can do that. How minimum is 3.5. Okay, so we're good. This is as low as this is as much intelligence as we want to put into them. Yeah, the difference between 0.6 and 0.5 is a lot of agility, so we really don't care much about that. The difference between 0.6 seconds and 0.5 seconds, not worth how many points you're going to put in agility, especially considering how much points we're going to need to put elsewhere. Now, the problem is that he always is prioritizing melee attack over Roar, which I don't really like. But we can, I mean, we can fix that. We can put in a couple points here into stamina. We'll get you to around, I don't know, 420 to start. Hey, yo. We'll, of course, give you some health. You're a chunky boy. So, remember right now his health is a little off, because we're increasing it by 1520 here. Plus, he has Colossal. So, that's why he has so much health. And the rest, we are literally just dumping into strength. Now, why are we dumping it all into strength? Mostly because, where are we? In order to maximize the amount of damage we absorb with Rhino Skin to get up to a max of 35, we need 150 strength. That will max that out. So obviously we have a lot of strength to go. But we can also, it also scales the area in which our roar reaches. So the two like primary stats we're worried about, and then of course he does get some extra damage, but it's not really big. His damage scales more on agility, but we're definitely not going to split his build that much. And I am okay. We get some extra strength here, so the energy absorbing helm is going to increase. This get a little bigger. This take more damage, so the more damage he takes, the more damage he resists, yada yada yada. And then of course he's being healed, so the longer the fight goes, the tankier he gets. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. We're sticking with Colossal. That's just more health. And then, of course, we're going with this. I don't think it's currently active. It's kind of hard to... Well, I guess I can go here. Yeah, so it's not currently active, so that'll give us 35% extra strength once we get our 4 months in. And then, of course, he does have the regenerate stamina 10% faster. Now, I don't know if this is additive. So, like we talked about before, stamina revives... Or stamina goes up by 5% every second. So, I'm not sure... I'm not sure. If someone knows this, please let me know. I haven't been able to find the answer to this. This 10%, is this multiplicative? So it would make it so stamina recovers 5.5% per second? Or does it change it so that it's 15% per second? That would be very nice to know. I'm guessing that it's additive, considering he was getting stamina pretty quickly when we were solo fighting there. But I'm not sure for certain, and I would like to know for certain. Okay, so we have you guys pretty much set here, right? Yeah, we got you guys set. The mages here, mages are a little bit confusing. So eventually these guys are going to fall off. And the reason I say that is because they both kind of run into basically the same issue in order to use them super efficiently. Now, obviously I have this guy built way wrong because I've put way too many points into his health. He does not need this many points in health. The problem with these two units is that they don't really have one stat they want. They're kind of all the Cryomancer is a little bit better than the Dark Mage. So let me talk about specifics. So in order to minimize the cooldown of his Death Mark Curse, right? And his Death Mark Curse basically targets an enemy. Once they reach below 30%, they just die, right? Cooldown is pretty long, 15 seconds. We can reduce that down to 10, but in order to get there, we need 45 agility. Now, the problem with agility, it's also going to decrease the execution time, but half a second is kind of, whatever. So on Dark Void, though, looking at this, again, we can scale these with agility, so that's fine. We're getting a little bit of 2-for-1. Damage does not scale off agility. The area which is something big we'll talk about later. The time that it knocks enemies down does scale off agility, but not by that much. It's triple the amount if we do strength, but strength increases the area that this deals damage to. But the damage scales off intelligence. And the other problem is, look at the cost of his main attack, 210. So with a cooldown of 1.94, which is going to reduce once we increase the agility, right? Because we're trying to reduce these down as low as possible. So that way we can just prep enemies to just instantly die when they hit a certain threshold. We need a lot of stamina. So what do we need? Well, we need a lot of stamina to be able to cast our spells. We need a lot of agility to reduce the cooldown, so he's casting them more often. We need more intelligence to increase the damage, and we need more strength to increase the area of which the damage is affecting. Now, I don't know if you counted all that up, but that's 4 different skills. That is a lot of different stats that we need to improve to make him optimal. Now, obviously, we can kind of pick and choose, but yeah, overall, it's going to be kind of hard to build him optimally. The Cryomancer is a little bit better in terms of stat distribution. So the big thing here, well, for the Frostbolt, in order for the cooldown, we can go from 9-second cooldown to 6-second cooldown, and this is his AoE. In order to get that down to 6, we would need 90 agility. So an easy way you can think about this, because it's minus 3.3%, is that every 30 points of agility will take 1 second off his cooldown. So right now, 9 seconds is a pretty slow cooldown. So if we wanted to get this down to 6, we'd need to put 90 agility into him. Now, obviously, that's not the only thing we would want to do up here in the front, because then he'd be pretty bad at damage. Now, the good thing here is that his damage actually scales off of strength, which is very odd, right? Considering the way I was building him, I wasn't really looking at these. You look at this Frostbolt and you're like, oh, well, this scales off intelligence. Yeah, but you don't really care about this damage though, right? You mostly care about the area of effect because you want to hit more enemies in it, which that scales off of strength. The freezing time does scale off intelligence, so that is important. These both scale off agility, right? So really the main things that we're looking for is agility, intelligence, and strength. Ooh, they're all split. Now, if we look at Icicle Shot, again, execution time and cooldown, gonna scale off agility, right? But by the time that we're already, agility kind of doubles up. And by the time we hit 90 agility, once we hit the absolute minimum, these are going to be set. So these are not a big deal. Excuse me. Now, the thing is, this damage scales off of strength. It also scales off intelligence, but it scales higher off of strength. So, as we are increasing the area of effect of our Frostbolt, which is really the thing we want to do, right? At the very beginning of fight, just freeze everyone for as long as possible. We're also increasing the damage of our main attack, which is a direct attack, so it's going to target. It doesn't have any accuracy. We're also getting the bonus from this Orb of Frost, which now this is also freezing enemies. So now we have 2 freezing attacks. Pretty low stamina cost, so we don't have to worry about this one too much. This one's a little bit more expensive. And in order to maximize the freezing time here, get ready for it, because this is only scaling 1.1%. You need 182 intelligence to increase this all the way up to 5.5. Right? Now, if you do that, though, remember, we could, if we get our agility all the way up to a minimum of 6, and this is freezing for 5.5, your execution time is only 0.15, right? So you have 6, 6.15, 5.5, which means if you're hitting enemies all in one area, they're only going to be active for, what, 0.65 seconds, which is not a lot of time. A lot of the execution times are longer than that. So we can get there, but again, this is another unit that's kind of spread out. So I'm assuming that later on there will be other units that we can recruit that'll probably be a little bit more focused. I'm guessing since that they're kind of like the starter units, that they are going to be a little bit harder to build optimally, right? And then eventually we'll get units that are a little better. And the fact that they're pretty limited in what they can do, right? They only have 2 abilities. Eventually, you know, we'll start getting units with 3, and then I don't even think we have, I mean, Sham technically has 4. These don't really count. He has 2. So Yeah, so I'm not like gonna go all in and change like their traits, but for what I would do, since I've gone over stats, in case anyone's curious as to what I would do to build them. So I've already gone over the numbers I would focus on in terms of traits. I would keep Fading Ambition because again, he kind of wants to stick in the back in that 45%, or it's actually 30%, 35% here at level 1. I would keep that. That's a huge boost to your intelligence. But instead of, I would definitely not go fast and powerful, right? We're not putting anything into movement speed. We can't afford to split ourselves that thin. I would go Fitness Addict. The Dark Mage especially, right, uses a lot of stamina, so I would do this to recover stamina faster and then could get off more AoE attacks. That's like what you want him for, right? So the more stamina we pump into him, remember stamina is recovered off of percentage. So the higher the stamina, the more we get. And then, of course, we get stamina recovery. It's going to recover faster. And especially because, I mean, 4 seconds is a pretty short window to cast this. And this is a lot of stamina used every 4 seconds. So we need to recover as much stamina as possible. Now, especially with the team that I would plan to use him on, with the Cleric, he's going to be hit. Bring some stamina back. What does this do? Oh, yeah, that's the thing that I wish they didn't put in the game. So that's what I would do here for the Cryomancer. What I was planning on doing, filling at home, I'm going to keep that there, which we should be hitting soon, if not already. No, we haven't hit that yet. Okay, so I kind of wish there was some kind of counter that would show how close you are to getting that. The other one I would do, which I guess I could do now because I haven't given to him yet, is, where is it? It's the critical hit. Critically lucky. Each time the Gladiator deals damage, there's a 30% chance to deal 100% higher damage. I didn't really find another one that I was crazy about. This was kind of one that you can kind of go for whatever you want. I mean, the thing is, a lot of the ones that deal with like toxic personality, like damaging an enemy poisons them and causes them to lose 10 stamina or health, the effectiveness goes down with projectiles and with AoE damage. So I wanted one that was overall that like didn't get punished. Critically lucky is pretty decent, right? If you increase the area you're hitting more enemies, the more enemies you hit, the more 30% chances you get and the higher damage. And the fact that your icicle shot here has, eventually you're going to get this cooldown pretty short, right? 0.75 cooldown, and you can get the execution to 0.3. So every second you could freeze an enemy. Or not freeze, but you have a better chance of getting a crit, right? I think it would be pretty decent. It would give him a little bit of shot in the arm for his damage. Obviously, his damage is really low right now because he's not optimally built. But yeah, I would end up swapping him around a little bit. And ultimately, the reason that I want to break this down a little bit more and like get rid of some of these units is ultimately what's going to help us, right? A lot of our units are kind of falling behind. You can see, like, obviously our archers, our cleric, and our rhino now are pretty high level compared to everyone else. And I'd say high level, but I mean, we're only talking a couple levels here. But they are kind of passing everyone by. And really the reason is going to come down to these upgrades, right? I mean, these upgrades are going to give more experience as we do them. So at first I was thinking, man, we should probably have a diverse army so that way I kind of have something for everything. But I think really what we should probably do is have, you know, like maybe one more archer. We're probably good on shamans because I only use one shaman per fight. You know, we should have like one more archer. That way if one goes down, we have another one pick up the slack. Maybe have like one more, maybe another, well, our rhinos don't really die. Maybe like another cleric or something. But that way we can start stacking experience. Go after a couple of these and then really start leveling out one team. And then from there, once we have a decently leveled team, then we can start expanding. So that's kind of my plan. I know there wasn't a lot of like actual gameplay in this video. I do apologize for that. I ended up talking way longer than I thought I would. I only actually just looked up at the time and realized I've already been recording for an hour, and I was like, okay, I need to end the video. So I apologize if this wasn't up to anyone's speed. Some of you, I feel like some of you guys will probably be like, yeah, number crunching, let's go. And then some people will be like, God, just play the game already. But this is playing the game, all right? This is spreadsheet.deck or .game, right? So I feel like, yeah, I feel like it's gonna be split 50-50. Let me know which camp you're in. Well, actually, if you answer that question, I already know which camp you're in, because if you're in the camp that likes gameplay, you already checked out. So, never mind. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a little bit of thinking of how I want to progress from here. Like I said, I'm probably gonna be selling these units. They're just kind of falling behind. Really, I guess the goal is, well, in the next video, I totally forgot that I was leveling things up to do the championship, and then we ran out of time. So in the next video, we're going to be doing the championship, which is going to unlock a couple more units that we can unlock. And of course, as long as we do well in the championship, we'll get a ton more resources. So once I do that, we can focus a little bit more on what units we want to build. Maybe we have a little bit more directionality. Like I would like to go maybe the Invigorators. The thing is, there's so many units I want to try, man. The Pyromancers are kind of low on my list. Druids are kind of okay. I'm more excited about Invigorators to see how good they are, because they seem like really busted. I'm less high on Warlocks right now. Honestly, the thing is, a lot of these units, I'm mostly excited to try out all the range units and all the casters, right? The melee units are kind of underwhelming for me. Like, there's a tank, like, okay, we already have the Rhino. What do I need the drummer for? There's the Assassin. Like, he's kind of cool. He's fine, but I want a tankier melee unit. The Mace Wielder, I just want a big dude in armor. And a lot of the best characters here so far are kind of like supporters and summoners and casters. So yeah, we'll see what comes with the next championship. We should be able to take it down. We got a lot of damage here now. Our Cleric and Rhino are all fixed up. Our Shamans are mostly fixed up. I still need to get some better Shaman items. Really, we only kind of have one Shaman. Well, I guess not, because we already have one Shaman built. So once one Shaman goes down, the other one comes up. Really, we're going to need some more trait blueprints. That's definitely going to be a big thing that we need. But yeah, we are on our way. We didn't make a lot of progress. I think we only made it forward like half a month, which is not that much. But yeah, we made a lot of progress in my mind. If you made it this far and you made it through all the numbers, thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. That helps me know that you guys like the content. And of course, it helps YouTube know you like the content. And that way they push it out to more people, and then more people who like the video. And then us number nerds can get together and crunch numbers. There's actually very little on numbers of this game. So maybe y'all just start some number crunching in the comment section. But other than that, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We do all kinds of roguelikes and roguelites, deck and dice builders, and tactical strategy games. But of course, we do so much more. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I have been Ganyonz, and I'll see you all in the next one.